Welcome back to the Corberlang channel. Today we'll be looking at 10 of my favorite G.I. Joe O-Ring outside of the 82 to 94 lineup. I'll be choosing from figures from 1997 to 2010, Toys R Us exclusives, Collectors Club figures, convention exclusives. But before we get to my top 10, I'd like to briefly go through the later years of O-Ring G.I. Joe. This will be displayed with my personal collection.
Let's begin.
I'd love to hear some of your favorites in the comments. G.I. Joe O-Rings are very popular right now. There are many options to choose from. There are also ones from the past that you might not be aware of, some of which are very affordable and some of which are not. If you're looking to expand your O-Ring collection outside of 82 to 94, there are a few rabbit holes that you can go down. This video is going to focus on North American releases. International G.I. Joe O-Ring figures are really cool, but that's another video. After G.I. Joe ended in 1994, the line relaunched in 97 with some pretty cool and affordable 15th anniversary 3-packs. I purchased both of these for $50 each. In 1998, G.I. Joe released 11 new Joes and 4 vehicle drivers. One's like Vipro with the Rattler, which is Jinx's mold with a repainted Stinger. After a short break, G.I. Joe returned in 2000 with what I think are some of the best G.I. Joe O-Ring figures out there. You'll see. With this line, we got some new characters as well as some new versions of old iconic characters, and even some cool repaints on familiar molds with new names due to copyright issues. And of course, new vehicles and drivers, or repaints at least. One thing I love about this scale is the vehicles are a perfect size to collect. I picked up this 2000 Hiss Tank with driver Rip It, which is a blue Hiss Tank driver, which in my opinion is the color it should have been in the first place. And in 2001, this Awe Striker was released with driver Pathfinder, version 2. In 2002, G.I. Joe discontinued the O-Rings and carried on with a new style of action figure. But lucky for us, O-Rings kept popping up through the years. In 2003, G.I. Joe released a Tiger Force 5-pack that I really like, including a nice version of Big Brawler and a new character, Wreckage. 2004 was actually a good year for O-Ring.
This one's from 2004. It's a Toys R Us exclusive.
A number of comic 3-packs were released, including this first version of Quinn, a hooded Cobra Commander that is one of my favorites. Another thing I'd like to mention about 2004 is the 40 Years of Adventure convention in Orlando, Florida. There were some cool convention sets released, plus this Zartan Morphing 3-pack I was lucky enough to acquire. Only 800 units made. In 2005 we got more comic 3-packs, a Serpentor with a removable mask, another 6-pack of troopers and officers.
Wild cards are nice. Okay. Those are nice.
In 2006, we got the first ever maskless version of Storm Shadow, Tommy Arashikage version 1. I picked up this Snow Serpent from 2007, which is a Collector's Club G.I. Joe. It actually comes as a 2-pack. I also ended up with this first female Cobra Trooper, which came as a set from the 2007 International G.I. Joe Convention. Skipping ahead to 2010, we have Big Lob, a popular character amongst fans. Released as a part of the Collector's Club, I don't own Big Lob, otherwise he would definitely be on my list. One figure I did end up with from 2010 was Red Torches, released in a convention set. 2010 is the cut for this video, We all know Hasbro recently released new O-rings, which will not be included in today's video, so without further delay, let's get started with the top 10. Alright, let's get this top 10 started. Kicking it off, we have one that was first released in the 82 to 94 lineup. I didn't like version 1. This version really captures the essence of Cobra. It's the Cobra Laser Trooper, released in 2001. They've tried this mold a couple times before, but, well, for number 9, we have Shipwreck version 4, where they just got it perfect. Released in 2002. Number 8 is a personal favorite of mine. This isn't the first time they've used this mold, but these colors just set this figure off. This is Lowlight, version 5, released in 2001. For number 7, we have, I apologize, a repaint, but a Toys R Us exclusive, released in 2004. Came in a 6-pack, the Ninja Strike Team. Just a beautiful figure. I love that marbling on this with the shine. It just didn't turn out the same with Storm Shadow, but this one and the Jinx just look beautiful. Okay, for number 6, we have an iconic character from the cartoon, Tracker Quinn. It's the only one on this list that has the small, kind of squashed looking head. But beautiful figure, iconic character. Okay, for number 5, we have Serpentor version 3, released in 2005 as a part of a comic 3-pack. This one come with a removable mask, therefore making my list. Just a beautiful figure, slightly different colors. Okay, for number 4, we have one that was released in 2007. It come from the Collectors Club box set, Tanks for the Memories. It was released at the 2007 International GIJoe convention. Okay, for number 3, we have a personal favorite of mine. A version 1, released in 2001, Fast Blast Viper. A bit of a kit bash, Heat Viper's body with Undertow's head sculpt. Those black colors really set this character off. It's got martial arts skills. For number 2, I've made an exception. It's actually 3 action figures. The Zartan Morphing Set. Okay, here we are at number 1, Big Brawler, version 1. A beautiful GIJoe looking figure with Outback's body, a new head sculpt, released in 2001. Just a beautiful original action figure that you couldn't have otherwise gotten unless you've started collecting 1997 to 2010. Well, I hope you enjoyed my top 10. Thanks for watching.